Hi, it's Sue again, better known as Nana. Today, I'm going to do something that maybe doesn't get done a whole lot, but for me, I need to do this because I'm feeling really pressured and stressed out, and it's been making me feel sick, and I don't like that, and I don't feel like I can express the way I feel to the people who are making me feel this way. So I will just make a video on it and let it go at that. Maybe saying what's bugging me out loud will help me to feel better. By the way, it's the 4th of July and I got the day off. Yay! Happy birthday, America. And to my sweet sister Cindy, happy birthday tomorrow. I love you. Anyway, I work for a big company and with lots of divisions. And some of the divisions I know all about, and some of them I know nothing about. Anyway, about 18 months ago, I had a little disagreement with someone who worked in the division that I work in. And I reported this person for treating me poorly and seemingly bullying me and pushing me around. And I never really could understand what it was that I was doing that was so awful. Well, I finally got enough of it one day, and after the facility closed and there was no one there but employees, and I'd had a particularly rough day, and this person approached me with yet another infringement of some non-existent rule that, the people who are in charge can do that. They can just make up their own rules as they go. Anyway, I was really pissed off that day, and I was waiting for that door to get locked, and there were no patrons in the facility. So I got into it with this person, and I pretty much said what was on my mind, and I can be quite loud, and usually when I'm mad, I say things that I later regret saying, and I always start crying, which just makes it worse. Anyway, like I said, that was about a year and a half ago. Well, I was smart enough to let the big boss know that there was definitely a problem that I was having to deal with, and it was very uncomfortable, and I told her that I felt I was being bullied at my job, which, in case bosses out there don't know, it is against the law to bully people for any reason. Whether they're right or not, they can't bully you. But I was told by my supervisor that I should not make a big deal out of this because it would only end poorly for me, which is another sign of bullying. Keep quiet or your life will be miserable. Well, unfortunately, I followed that advice. I ended up on probation. I got yanked out of the job that I really liked and put into several jobs that I knew nothing about, which of course I did poorly at because I don't know about these things. So I ended up being on probation for 90 days. And then I was so happy when I was off of probation and I was put in a office that I could tolerate, and figured I'd just learn their ways and move on. Well, then it came time for my evaluation, my yearly evaluation, which part of the evaluation came from the new folks that I work with, and part of it came from the ones that I had a problem with, which I guess is fair. I hadn't been there for a year, but okay, you're the boss. I have to pretty much listen to you. But what ended up happening was that I got put on probation again because I didn't get a raise because I was on probation. And I didn't think that was fair. I figured I probably wouldn't get a raise, but I didn't think getting put on probation because I didn't get a raise because I got put on probation in the first place. I think that's kind of stupid. So again, for 90 days, I had to work and feel like every move I made and everything I said was being scrutinized. And of course, if you violate any portion of your probation, you can be suspended or fired right then and there. So for 60 days, I worked under probably a self-imposed feeling of everybody's watching me, and I was very paranoid and trying to do everything right. And it seems like the harder you try to do things right, the more things you do wrong and the more people you piss off, and you didn't even know it. So I got off the second probation, and I was so happy, and I was in a good mood, and doing a really good job, I thought, and getting along well with others. Well, then I made a mistake, which I freely admitted, went to my bosses and explained that I had made a mistake and I was concerned about it because I knew it was going to cost the company a lot of money. Well, what do you think happened? On probation again. Now, for 18 months, take that back. Yeah. 3 90-day probation periods in 18 months. I'm a nervous wreck. I'm stressed all the time. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know if what I'm about to say is going to get me in trouble. Worry all the time. Am I going to screw something up again and then I'm going to be fired? And how will I find a job at my age and with the health issues that I do have? And it's just driving me crazy. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm tired of people pushing the weaker people around. And not that I think that I'm a really weak person, but I am older and I have some strikes against me. And it's really scary in today's economy to think that all of a sudden you could just be out of a job and not have health insurance, which that scenario's already happened in 2009. When I was looking for a job, and I had to go to like the Salvation Army to get my utilities paid and work odd shifts through an agency that I had to drive 100 miles to get to the place where they were working. But I made it through those 7 months with one trip to the emergency room for chest pains and all of that. That bill was $20,000, and I told them that I was unemployed and that I had no insurance and I didn't know how I was going to pay for that bill. And they all just kept saying, now is not the time to worry about those kind of things. You need to take care of yourself. So I didn't worry about it. Well, now 3 years later, my wages are getting garnished because of that emergency room visit, and it's taken 25% of my pay, so that I'm even more stressed because I'm bringing home less money. And anyway, that's my rant for today, and I wish somebody had some advice to give me for this anvil that's hanging up there over my head all the time, making me paranoid and nervous and stressed out. And I just want to work until I'm old enough to retire and live like most other normal people do and stop being so paranoid. So if you have any advice for me, I would really, really appreciate it a lot. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate your time. Have a great 4th of July.